some people become famous, and they become really famous. Everybody knows who they are, and people begin to follow them, and they begin to idolize them. You know, people like Madonna, people like Britney Spears, you know, people like Russell Brand. The whole world knows who they are. And the illusion that you're given is that the reason the world knows who these people are is because they are so talented. They are so amazing that they've shined so brightly that they are just illuminating the world, and they're so special and they're so incredible that people who work in the entertainment industry, they've decided to lift them up as a beacon of shining light to the world because they are so incredibly talented, and they've become famous because of their own incredible ability. And all the media and the entertainment industry has really done is just give them a vehicle to shine. That's the fairy tale. That's what you're given to be inclined to believe. And, of course, it's nonsense. I'm here to tell you, not just from my own personal experience, because I do have plenty of personal experience with regards to, in particular, the comedy industry. If you want to be a stand-up comedian, how do you become a famous stand-up comedian? Because I can tell you from personal experience, it is not based on ability. It is not based at all on if you can make a room of people laugh. And there is barely any comedians that you will find these days that will tell you any different. It doesn't matter if you can make a room full of people laugh. It doesn't matter how funny you are. There is something else at play when it comes to who gets to be famous and who doesn't get to be famous. And I think pretty much every single content creator that declares themselves to be about the truth would agree with this, would recognize this, that these people that we're given to follow, they're not there for the betterment of society. They're not there for our own good. They're not there on their own personal level of talent. They're there because they are leading you somewhere that the ruler of this world wants you to go. For example, Harry Styles. Harry Styles doesn't win awards for his music because he is the most talented, incredible, amazing musician the world has ever seen. You know, it's not like Beethoven, Mozart, Harry Styles, you know what I'm saying? On the Mount Rushmore of music. It's not that, is it? Harry Styles wins awards and is famous everywhere because he gets dressed up like Lil Bo Peep. He puts on dresses and blouses and little pantsuits, okay? And he stares at the camera like this is great and he's enjoying himself, okay? Therefore, because Harry Styles plays the game, because that's where he is leading young girls and young boys. He's telling girls, this is what you find attractive, men in dresses, you know, and he's telling men, this is what an attractive man looks like to a woman, an effeminate man dressed up like Lil Bo Peep. No exaggeration. Okay, that's why Harry Styles is famous. It's not because he's a musical genius. And listen, I'm not just picking on Harry Styles, okay? Sam Smith He's not as famous and as broadcast everywhere he is because his music is so incredible. And these are not people that are devoid of talent. It's not that these people can't sing or that there's not musical talent there. No one can deny that Sam Smith is talented. But because Sam Smith is pushing an angle of unholy, you've heard of him everywhere. Because he's pushing an agenda that the establishment wants to push, he's everywhere. If Sam Smith could sing exactly the same as Sam Smith could sing, and he was pushing a song called Holy about how we should be followers of Jesus Christ, do you think he'd be picking up awards at the Grammys? Do you think you'd have heard of him? Do you think Sam Smith's voice would have carried him through the industry preaching about Jesus and how to love each other? Do you really believe that? No. No. Okay? That's not the way that being famous works. And when we talk about a figure like Russell Brand, okay, when we talk about a figure like Russell Brand, who's got this giant platform, huge platform, was it 11 million followers on Twitter? That's more than some countries. Shout out Miriev. 6 million subs on YouTube, 2 million subs on whatever on Rumble. That's incredible. When you reach this level of fame and notoriety, okay, it is impossible to get to this level unless the ruler of this world allows it. Okay? It is impossible. It's simply impossible. Now, you can tell me that, some people, they get to this level of fame and notoriety playing the game, and then they switch and they decide, hey, I'm going to be a good guy now, and I'm going to use my platform to start telling people the truth. And there are a few examples of people, that did that. Avicii is one that I would almost 100% guarantee you that's what this guy did. I mean, for those of you who don't know who you are, he is a DJ from Sweden. The guy has everything in his life. He's an attractive guy. He's a DJ. He's famous. He's rich. And big profile. And then one day he decides to cut a music video, which he directs himself. It's called A Better Day, I believe. And the first time I saw this music video, it really opened my eyes to how the world really works, because Avicii committed suicide slightly after he created this music video. Now, I would encourage all of you to go and watch this music video. I might even try and link it in the comments, use my technological know-how to do that. But the music video is basically about how the world is run by people that sex traffic children. And what Avicii is saying in the video is, we should just hunt these people down and brutally kill them. So the point Avicii is making in the video is very clear. And then shortly after, Avicii decided to take this sort of road with his own music, with his own life. He just decided, you know what? I know I'm a successful DJ, attractive, rich, I got everything going for me, and I know I've just decided to take a stand against child sex trafficking, but it's time to kill myself. It's time to kill myself. Isaac Cappy is another one. You can reach out, search him if you like. He was friends with a celebrity, and the celebrity asked him to start getting into having sex with children, and he just went off, man, and started saying, look, this is what these people are up to. I think he killed himself as well. He started saying that Tom Hanks was a pedophile. He killed himself too. So there are examples of people that do become famous, or they discover the way the world works, and they decide, I'm going to tell everyone the way the world works. And what usually happens is they are stopped immediately. Usually they're stopped from breathing immediately. That's usually what happens. So there are examples of people that do decide to start telling the truth, and the real truth. Not the truth that the establishment are happy for you to know for their own, agendas, But, there are examples of people that do that. However, the establishment is not stupid. The way that they change society, the way that they alter things is they get these big celebrities, they get you to idolize them using their media network, they get you to idolize them, and then they get you to follow them. Okay, now, the negative to this plan is, what if we create this massive celebrity with a huge reach and they decide to start making the world better? Because that could easily happen. And the counter plan to this is, right, well, what we want to do is we want to make sure before someone gets to that level that they're completely compromised. We want to videotape them having sex with children, and we'll blackmail them. That's what the whole Epstein Island thing was about. That's why when you see a giant celebrity with huge fame and they all of a sudden start taking an anti-establishment narrative, but they're allowed to keep going for a number of years, and they're allowed to keep growing for a number of years. I always smell a rat. And I'd like to use Russell Brand as an example now. So we talk about Russell Brand being this celebrity that became famous because of his own ability. And Russell Brand's a stand-up comedian, right? An actor. So what they're selling you is Russell Brand is this hilarious individual, and he was so good at stand-up comedy that he became famous, and then he just grew and grew, and now he's on your side, right? So I've worked on the stand-up comedy circuit for 15, 20 years, and I don't believe I've ever seen Russell Brand doing stand-up comedy. And the reason for that is, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that Russell Brand didn't become famous doing stand-up comedy the way that I tried to. I tried to become famous doing stand-up comedy by doing stand-up comedy in small little shows, becoming good at it, and, trying then to raise my profile. Okay, that's not the direction that Russell Brand went in. Russell Brand didn't start doing stand-up comedy, working his way up the ladder, become really funny. Okay? If he did, someone send me a clip of Russell Brand doing stand-up comedy well before he was famous. Because I can send you thousands of clips of me doing stand-up comedy well, and I'll never be famous. Okay? Russell Brand didn't start doing stand-up comedy, become really famous because he was good at stand-up comedy. In actual fact, Russell Brand became famous because they put him on television. And I can go one step further. Russell Brand became famous because they put him on television jerking off men in a public bathroom. I've got the clip. I'll show you in a second. It's disgusting. It's horrible. Okay? And this is the way being famous really worked. Russell Brand was a junkie, okay, heroin addict. And they took Russell Brand, this heroin addict, this sort of, he looks very different to how he looks now. He looks like this sort of greasy, dirty addict guy. And they had him do sort of, disgusting things to become famous. And I'm really not putting Russell Brand down here for this is how he became famous. What I'm trying to show you here is the way the entertainment industry works and who is really behind it. What sort of an entity would say to you, take you, a drug addict, and be like, hey, I can make you really successful, but I'm going to make you famous. What I need you to do before you become famous is I need you to start jerking off men in a public bathroom, publicly, on camera. Because that is the way Satan operates. It's evil. That is evil. If somebody said to you, oh, I'm going to do this really good thing for you, but what I need you to do is I need to film you jerking off a man in a bathroom first. Would you be like, oh, this guy's got my best interest at heart. What a great person. This is the way the industry operates. And the reason why the industry operates like this, and I can tell you this both from my own personal experience and my knowledge of the way the world works, the person running the entertainment industry is Satan, the devil. An ancient evil that is more manipulative, more deceptive than any of you can possibly imagine. Thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of years old, the devil. Who knows? Okay? A being created by God, the greatest being created by God, fallen, and is now the enemy of humanity. right? That's who runs the entertainment industry. That's why you see people like Little Nas X doing strip shows for the devil, Doja Cat dressed up like a demon, Katy Perry, I sold my soul to the devil, Bob Dylan, I made a deal with a guy, you know, the ruler, AC/DC, Highway to Hell, it's all great. The devil is all over the music industry, the entertainment industry, and I'm telling you, the stand-up comedy industry. The stand-up comedy industry doesn't work at all like you think it does. It doesn't work like the funnier you are, the more famous you become. It doesn't. I tried to get in that way. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. They only let you in if you're willing to let them control exactly what you say and do, especially if you're good at comedy. Because if you're good at comedy, it's a real vehicle for changing the way people think comedy. And it's the most tightly policed of all the entertainment industries, in my opinion, because it's so powerful. It really is so powerful. Okay? So this myth, if you like, that Russell Brand became so good at comedy that he just became famous and there's nothing the establishment could do about it, was nonsense. Russell Brand became famous because they put him on television. And they put him on television because he was willing to do this.
Once masturbated a man to the point of orgasm in a public bathroom, but it was for a television programme. It's a bit hot as well, so it burns, yeah.
Oh, well then cool it down. You do want it hot, you don't want it cold.
It's nice working with you, man. Nice. I'm
happy to help.
Thank
I'm
you.
a Buddhist. So
You're a Buddhist?
I help where I can.
I'll tell you what, that's got you to the 7th level. Let me tell you. Nice working with you, Gary. I mean, that was great. That was fabulous. Good work. Cheers. Thank you. Okay. Right, so I've just wanked off a man in a toilet. I can't fucking believe I just did that.
People don't think this guy is controlled. You don't think this guy is controlled? I just showed you a video of him jerking off a man in a bathroom because the guys who run the TV told him to. If that's not someone who is controlled, who is? What do I need to show you a video of him doing because he was told to, in order for you to say, oh, this guy might be controlled? I mean, this is a video of what they have him doing publicly. Can you imagine what there might be videos of this guy doing privately? Russell Brand wasn't a stand-up comedian and then he was on TV. He was on TV and then he was a stand-up comedian. This whole illusion that these people are incredible. And I'm not saying Russell Brand's not talented. He is. He's a funny guy. God created him. There's an incredible person inside Russell Brand. But I'm also telling you that these people who reach this level of fame, they have sold out to the ruler of this world. Whatever they're saying to you, however they're pitching, oh, I'm on your side. The Bible tells us that Satan appears as an angel of light. Okay? He's the father of lies. And my spiritual discernment says that Russell Brand is not who he says he is, man. He's controlled. He has been from the beginning when he was jerking people off in toilets. And there's more. There's way more I can tell you about this guy. Okay? But there's a reason why he's not to be trusted. There's several reasons. And if we don't think that Russell Brand is controlled, do we not think that any celebrities are controlled? Do we disagree that celebrities are controlled? Because celebrities are controlled. Celebrities are controlled. Especially the really, really famous ones. And the second that you're not controlled, you either commit suicide, something truly awful happens to you, or they just ignore you. If they want to get rid of someone, they just ignore them. It's like Andrew Tate. Oh, he's been cancelled. Dude is everywhere. He's not been cancelled. No, everyone is talking about Russell Brand right now. Everyone. And I know he's out there being the voice of truth. He's the voice of our movement. But the enemy is not a fool. The enemy is not an idiot. the best way to control the opposition is to lead it yourself. Because if the enemy, why would the enemy want to be controlling Russell Brand? Well, it's a limited hangout. The stuff that he tells you is only the stuff that they want you to hear at this moment. Also, by controlling the man, they control the message. Russell Brand represents the truth. So if it starts becoming public that he's raped this woman, he's done this to this woman, people start associating the truth with rape and awfulness, and they start to ignore Russell Brand's message because of the messenger. You know? If you get like a disgusting Lothario, child-abusing, Satan-controlled entity to start telling the truth, it sort of besmirches the truth. It muddies the truth. It makes the truth unpalatable to a lot of people. 90% of the people in this country can't stand Russell Brand now, and he's associated with the truth. I got more on this guy. I'll do another video that shows the obvious deceptions that come out of Russell Brand's mouth. But, you know, we got to be careful. We got to be careful about who we allow to be the face of this movement, because people that say, oh, it doesn't matter, you should just follow this guy. You know, he's waking people up. Is he? Is he? He's giving people information that's true, but to what end? Because I actually believe that the enemy wants people to know that the current system is corrupt. It's problem, reaction, solution. Right now, they're showing you that the world... This is why Joe Biden is an obvious idiot. You know, this is why Joe Biden is clearly senile, and they're showing you, look, this system's corrupt. They're showing you the election was stolen. They're showing you that Joe Biden's a criminal. They're showing you that his son is a pedophile, essentially, and here's his laptop with all this disgusting stuff, and he's still in charge. They're showing you the system is corrupt, the system is broken. They're showing you it's run by BlackRock, it's run by Vanguard, and the reason they're showing you this is because they're showing you the problem. And your reaction is, we need to get rid of the New World Order, we need to get rid of the WEF, we need to get rid of Klaus Schwab, who is like this pantomime Bond villain that they put up there to make you think he's the one running the show. He's not. He's not. The one who's running the show is going to be the guy who steps in to take the place of the New World Order, the WEF, Klaus Schwab, and all this evil that's being exposed to you now. Your reaction is, the problem is, the world's run by corrupt, satanic pedos. Your reaction is, we need to change this. And the solution they're going to offer you is going to be the man, the son of perdition, the spirit of the Antichrist, who's going to come and they're going to save you all. And that's the guy to be afraid of. The guy that's going to come and is going to sweep away the New World Order and the WEF. I'm telling you, the stage is being set for this guy to come in. And the enemy peeling off its mask and revealing itself is part of this process. They're showing you what the problem is at the moment. With COVID-19, they were showing you, look, you know, the world's controlled. That's why so many people are waking up. But the important thing to wake up to is our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That's the important thing, because it's the Antichrist that's running the show here, people. It's not Klaus Schwab. It's not Kim Jong-il. It's not Joe Biden. It's the devil who's doing this. And he's far smarter than people. People that don't believe in the devil, they think, oh, the people who we're up against is Klaus Schwab and Rishi Sunak and Joe Biden. So no wonder you think these people are idiots. But, you know, that's the clown face that you're being shown. The reason why we say clown world is because it's an enemy tactic. They want you to think that clowns are running the world. But they're not, man. The entity that Russell Brand secretly worships, in my opinion, or is at least serving, whether he worships him or not, you know, he's doing the devil's bidding, in my opinion. And more on that in the next video. Anyway, this is a long video. I hope it helps explain why I don't trust people like Russell Brand. I hope it helps explain that I'm not just trying to be cool. This is really what I think. So have a blessed day. And I leave you in the grace and favor of the Lord.